contactor on the contactor on the no factory OEM belt. This belt with XRC or XMR. We'll start here at the front. This is a bumper we have made. Style hose, the part number we give you. We'll get this done. How's it going, everybody? This is Adam again with Adrenaline Cycles. Today we're coming at you with a video. Summer's here upon us and everybody's getting out and about and doing more things, and what's more fun than being out on the water on your own Sea-Doo? We do have a few, but unfortunately they're all deposited on and they're all still missing components. But before we get too much into that, let's go ahead and get you guys to hit that like and subscribe down below. And we'll talk a little bit about the machine and just to give you guys a heads up on what you can expect when you're going to try to find one of these. First thing I want to talk about is the color here. The silver and the neon yellow looks really, really good. This is a GTI 130 SE. With that is the 130 designates the horsepower. The GTI has the Polytech hole, as you see here, so it's not fiberglass. It's not necessarily plastic. It's almost like a plastic fiberglass because it's really stout, really strong, rides really good, and it's just a really durable product, and it really does speed up the process on making these compared to traditional fiberglass holes all the way top and bottom. The top still is fiberglass, but the hole itself is the Polytech. With the GTI SE, this model has obviously the SE gets you the nicer color schemes. It also gets you the radio, because we added that option on here. So you'll see here's the speakers on the side that comes on the ski. So you get both sides. It's Bluetooth, so you can use the buttons here. It's got a really nice compartment underneath here where you can put your phone that's waterproof. They even supply you with some foam. You know, if you got a little phone like me, like an iPad or an iPhone 5 or something, you can use the foam to take up the space. Now, if you got a new iPhone 30 with, you know, with biggest computer, you probably can take the foam out. But it seals up really nice. You still got extra storage down in there. We put the key for the owner in there for now, but I normally put my phone and my wallet in the waterproof spot. And then this stuff down in here, I normally leave like my sunblock, extra pair of sunglasses or two, because riding these things are so much fun. I lose glasses left and right, probably at least a pair a trip, but that's on me. They're a ton of fun, and that's just a good storage compartment built right in. This does have the, you know, the IBR system on it, so you can, you know, stop, and you can also just sit there in one spot and have the engine running and not be going down the lake and things like that. So that's a really good, you know, neutral feature that it has. This one is a 3-up, so you'll have the main driver here, passenger. For me, it's like a 2-up. So just remember, if you're a big person, it's more of a 2-up. Some other features I do like about these, they do put that foam down in the footwells here. Even being black, it still stays fairly cool as long as you keep water in there. So just keep that in mind as you're riding throughout the day. It will get a little water in there, and that does help keep it cool. Some other features here at the back, the SE comes with the little footwell to help get in there. That's one of the features of this package. And also you got the Q-Link holders here, so you can add things like the cooler, the gas can, some boxes if you want extra storage back here. So those are some really neat features that you get to add on these. And if you want the smooth deck, you just push them down out of the way, and then, you know, it's just a smooth deck. So especially if you're climbing in and you don't have anything there, it makes it a lot easier to get in. You do have a tie down point here, but if you're wanting to tow people, you need to use the ski pylon, which will go into this compartment, twist here, and then it anchors here and here. And it's a pylon that sticks up about this high. And what that does, it does two things. A lot of people might not realize or might not remember, this thing is a jet pump, so if your rope's laying way down close to it, it will pull it up. It will get in the jet drive. So by having that ski pylon, and it helps hold the rope up, you know, so if you're out here, the rope will have, you know, enough height on it to help it's not going to eliminate it, but it does give you extra, you know, space to where you won't have it possibly sucked back up in the engine. And then when it's not in use, it goes back on there. That ski pylon is a really popular item because we saw a lot of those online, and the customers, you know, I can't keep them enough. So that's a good feature to have. Some other things on here we'll talk about is storage up front. This being a GTI model, it's a little bit different than some of the other skis. This one opens up towards the front, and you'll see it's got pretty good storage. When you purchase these, we give a Coast Guard kit, which will have a fire extinguisher. I mean, they're made right into this, so you get a fire extinguisher and the little bell and bucket with the whistle and all that good stuff that'll go in there. And this has got the battery and stuff behind it. But this is good to put your tow ropes in, your extra life jackets, and as you can see, I'm wearing one here. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But you can put, I don't know, I had a little 6-pack cooler in here, you know, like a little soft cooler, lunchbox size in here when we was down at the lake. It's got some good, you know, good amount of space, so you can put some stuff in, and it's pretty accessible. Just stand up and lean over. Your fuel here is here, how you fill your tank up. And this is a really good feature. Got a chain on your cap so you don't lose it. You know, you sit there and say you never drop it, but trust me, they get dropped, they get lost. So having the chain on there is a really good feature. And then just to shut it, you just push back down, it locks in and stays closed. The dash on these are 4.5 inch. Let's see if I can get it to light up. There you go. And you can see here, you know, you got your speed and your RPM, your trip, your trim, you know, how much trim you got in your jet pump, and then your fuels over here. And you can change that through the dash and stuff like that through the modes. One thing about these that I do like is it's GPS, you know, speed. So you don't have a little knob back here catching the water or a little whatever. I mean, it's all done computerized through GPS. So you really have an accurate speed, and that's really, really cool. That's about it, guys. I mean, these things are a ton of fun. They're you know, really fast on the water. Last summer we had these in demo, a 130 just like this, I think, wasn't it, Josh? Yeah. And we had a 170 that was the Wake Pro, or the Wake model. And the 170 speed to the 130 was 2 mile an hour, Josh? About it, top speed. I think this one was 53, was the best I can get it on my big butt. And the Wake model, I could get to 55. But we're talking from a 130 like this model to a 170. You know, that's something to keep in mind if you're kind of on a budget, or you're looking for something for the kiddos or things like that. You know, is it worth the extra money to buy a 170 over a 130? My opinion, no. I would probably stick at a 130 and then go straight to a 230, you know, a supercharged model. If I'm in the, you know, buying my personal one, I think the 130s are going to give you enough fuel economy, especially this day and time, to get you out on the water, get you having fun. And these models, 11-ish to start, depending on if you get the audio and all that stuff. And then you're talking like a 230 is going to be in the $14,000 range. And again, it's going to be, you know, a base down model with no audio and things like that. But when you're on the water, guys, and that's why I got the life jacket on here looking like a goober. This obviously is not my size, so make sure you get a life jacket your size. We all want to go to the lake, and we want to come home the same way, you know, we left the house that morning. So life jackets, PDF is very, very important. Some other things, like I was talking about up front, is knowing where your fire extinguisher is. Lord knows we don't want to have a fire. Nobody does. And you think, well, I'm on the water, I can just splash and put it out. When you get gas or fuel or oil ignited or this fiberglass, water's not going to put it out, guys. So just know where your fire extinguisher is. You know, you can get off the ski. That's probably the best thing if it did ever happen. Just get away from it. You know, you're in the water, jump in because you got your life vest on, and just swim away. Let it do its thing. Have your insurance on it, and call them when you get back to the dock. Don't try to save it, because I'm telling you, this stuff is so flammable and so much gas and oil in it. Just get away. Some other things to talk about safety-wise is wearing your lanyard on your life jacket. They all have a spot here. Let me find it. Right here. And the lanyard for the key goes on there. So, and what that does, again, guys, it's simple things, but people take it for granted, is the lanyard will pull off the key post, and it's designed just like, you know, the standard key, in case you haven't seen one. So when you fall off with your life jacket, this is clipped to it. And you can get them on your wrist. I've seen people like them on the wrist. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, You know, if you want to have it on your wrist so you got a little more up and down, a Spark, you might like it on the wrist better, might. But on the bigger skis where I'm sitting down all day, I just clip it to your life jacket, guys. It's really worth it. It doesn't take any more time. And that way, should you fall off, it does, you know, shut the ski down. You know, it might still float off, you know, up onto the bank, but it's going to kill the engine, and it's not going to have as much, you know, still force pushing from the jet drive, because it will cut the engine. All right, guys, that's about the gist of it there. I'll give you guys some information on some safety on the ski itself, and then, you know, about the top speed. Like I said, top speed on this to 170 for 2 miles an hour for a couple grand, it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather save my money and put a little more gas in my ski than say I went 55 over 53. But that's just me. You guys make your decision. I'm just providing you guys with the information. As always, guys, hit that like and subscribe down below, and that way we can keep these cool videos coming at you. No factory OEM belt. This belt with XRC or XMR. We'll start here at the front. This is a bumper we have made. Style hose, the part number we give you. We'll get this done.